Hi, Rana. How are you? Hi, Cal. Meow. Hey, Johnny. Let me know when you're ready for your 101. One oh one, because that sounded like one on one, but it wasn't. Okay. Yeah, Johnny, I can take it through step-by-step stuff to avoid pitfalls. Hi, Sue. Hi, Lydia. Hi, Ashley. So what's everybody else doing? Anybody working on anything? Anybody want to come up and hang out? My nose is a bit runny because we had a change in weather. Hot, and now we're a considerable drop. So for some reason, my nose wants to run today. Hey, Scarlett. Hi, Jory. How are you? Been a while since I've seen you. Hello, everyone up in the balcony. Yeah, when I'm done with this page, I guess I'll just do a Diamond Art 101. Because I finally got Finally got Johnny. So I want to make it as pleasurable as I can for him. What's great about the diamond art thing is it's something you can do even if you want to do it for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. You have everything already planned out, laid out, and all that kind of stuff. It's very easy where you can just use it as a break. Maybe a way to kind of clear your mind, which sounds kind of odd, but hi, Anitra. How you doing, sweetie? Haven't seen you in a little bit. But it's okay. All right. So I'm gonna just use this little one. Now, when you get your diamond art, the very first thing you have to do pull out your artwork, get a permanent marker on the plastic that's covering it, write the word up. In other words, that's the side that faces up. You should be able to read the word up when you lay this down. Because even though it just looks like a piece of plastic, for some reason, one side doesn't stick as bad. It's easier to peel off. If you flip it over, the other side is much harder to get off. Don't know why. Figured it out. So to prevent that, I put the word up on it. So whenever I take it, if I have to take it, the whole thing off, which you will eventually, you can see the word up. Make sure you can read it, and you can lay it back down on your piece, and it won't be a problem to peel back up. That is number one. Because trust me, it's frustrating when this gets stuck the wrong way. Okay. Now, in preparation, there's some things you gotta know. You will have leftover dots. A lot of the kits, the bags of dots don't have a number to identify them by their a universal number to identify the color. Vast majority of them. Okay. On your chart or your table or whatever they're calling it on the side here, it has number, then it has the code that it appears on the actual diamond art. So 1 is V, so you would look for V and use the dots there. Next to it, there is another number, color number. If not even so much if you intend on doing a bunch of these or not, you just or if you just want to reuse them somewhere else, fine. But I will tell you, once you start doing this, you're probably going to do another one. So this is my suggestion. You could start out by using small Ziploc bags, you know, the little jewelry bags or whatever, if you want. Okay. And write the color number on the bag. So in this case, this is actually 353. So I'm just going to do it to an example, but we're going to pretend it's that one. So, all right, honey. Thanks for popping in. Okay. Because once you open these, you can't reseal these. They're just cellophane bags. So you would separate it. There is perforation. Sometimes that's rips. And then you wind up with the next color dots all over the place. So use scissors. Okay. Sorry about my gluey fingers. It happens when you do multiple projects. So separate it, open it, write the number on a bag, open it up, pour your diamonds in the resealable bag. Diamond dots. It's gonna make it better for you in the future. Because then, let's say you get another kit. You can, knowing Johnny, he's gonna be super organized about this. Have a little Excel sheet or whatever of the colors that you already have. You can compare the color number, and you can pull an open bag that you already have some left over and utilize them before you would open up your cellophane bag. What I do is I put my open bag in here, and let's say I have another kit that utilizes the same color, but I used this, I still had some left, didn't have to open up the cellophane bag from the new kit. So I would just put that cellophane bag in with that. So when my little Ziploc bag runs out, I open up my cellophane bag, I put it into my little Ziploc bag. Let's see if I have another one here. See, like here's color 939. There's my a little Ziploc bag with my open diamond dots. And there's sealed ones from multiple kits. Sometimes they give you way too much of a color, and you can get use out of it to 2 or 3 kits sometimes. So this way you're utilizing your open bag before opening another sealed bag of the same color. Hi, Holly. Okay. So saying that, you would take these off, put them in their Ziploc bag, mark them with their color number. Get them all in Ziplocs before you even start. Okay. So now you're going to be sitting there with your art in your Ziploc bags of your colors. Okay. Kits come with, and you can get all fancy in this. I actually enjoy doing one diamond dot at a time. It's me. They have, some of these come with tips that replace the single tip and have a way that you can do 3 or 5 or 10 or I mean, they could be as wide as long as my finger, the tips on these things. They also have ones that are round and kind of work like a cutting wheel. You would roll on your dots and then you would roll it onto the page if you have like a long line of numbers. I'm a single dot at a time person. These are cute, and depending on your hands, you may or may not find these to be comfortable. They work. I actually got this from as a gift from BMOS Mercantile, and I found this to be extremely comfortable in the hand. But for that, all I ever used was this. Okay. So, I'm actually going to put this little guy up for a moment. And I'll explain the next step. I'm going to pull out a bigger one. That I'm already working on, because it doesn't matter whether I'm already working on it or it's brand new. The function is all the same. I'll explain everything. Now, do not try to get these back in the bag. It's not going to work. Once you start getting the diamonds on there and everything else, it's going to be very hard to get them back in the bag. So, let's pull this guy up. Okay, I'm going to pull out the big one I'm working on already. So what I do, my Ziploc bag of colors, my up facing up. Now you'll find as you get diamonds on this, it doesn't have as much area to stick. Then it'll just become loose and just a covering, and it might have a spot and a spot to stick to. Either way, I just take the diamonds I'm working with. This is the way I do it. And I just, when I'm not working on it, I'll roll it up. And I use a piece of ribbon and I just tie it. So now, we're going to pretend this is brand new and clear. So you mark the word up on this before you remove this plastic. The first thing you're going to want to do with your diamond art picture is either use masking tape or washi tape, something with a lower tack, because around the edge of the picture they have about a 1/4 inch extra of the glue sticking out around the edge, which will get filthy pretty much immediately. No matter how hard you try to keep it clean. So you just, this is taking it off the red in here, but at this point to me it doesn't matter. It's more about just not having the filth on that sticky. So it just prevents the filth from getting on that extra glue that's on the outside edge. Happens, can't avoid it. It's a thing. So you would put your tape around your edge, all four sides, before you do anything. Now, if your tape's wide, like I did here, I cut it so I can see the legend. And at this point, because you have bagged your dots and labeled them with their number, their primary number, or color number, universal number, you don't need to see the first row where it says 1 through whatever, because that doesn't really do anything. It's just the number that was on the bag that it came in. All you need to see is the symbol and the color number. All right. So there's a few philosophies on how to do this. And you'll find your own rhythm on how to do it. Most people start out this way. So you have the new one, you got your tape around it. Now you're gonna put your plastic back on. Remember, it's gonna be all stuck down. You will be working probably in multiple colors. Some places, some start out and they got like just a band of one color. Happens. Depends on the artwork. What you could do is fold this down. Put a little piece of washi or some kind of tape that's going to be easy to peel up to hold this down. And you can uncover about an inch or so of the top of the work. Look to see what letters you need. Pull your bags for those letters. Now, you would literally then be working row by row by row by row. By doing it this way, especially when you're new, you're gonna put your hand down. You get used to how you can maneuver yourself and stuff as you do more. But so this way you can put your hand down and you can put your dots on and not have to worry about getting stuck to the glue. I started out that way. I didn't end up doing it that way. Because frankly, I wound up liking doing it by color rather than by row. So that's the other option, is take all abandon to the wind. Or if you know you're only going to work on it for a little time, you can still do this. Okay. But you would work on one color, and whatever you see that color, that's where you put. You just have one color out at a time to do your dotting. Now, and for those with low vision and need reading glasses, I don't. That's why you don't see me use one. Is there are tracing light up boards You can get them at the Dollar Trees, I think, for like $5 in their specialty section or whatever. So just a board that lights up, and it's, you know, if you put something on it and you put tracing paper on it, it shines through so you can trace the image. Tracing board. That helps see these letters back here for people with low vision. Sounds kind of funky. Doesn't think it does, you know, you're thinking that makes no sense. I haven't had the need to do it, but I've had many folks, even folks that I've worked with on here, learning this stuff, find that once they got the board with their low vision, they loved it. It was great. Made it a lot easier. And you would just put your light board down, put the section you're working on over the light board, unless you want to invest money in a huge light board, or you're already an architect or something of some kind where you're doing major big pieces of work and you happen to have a huge light board. But you can just get the one from the Dollar Tree. Works well, from what I understand. All right. So, you say to yourself, how do I get these dots on here? Well, on this picture, there is an adhesive. That's where the adhesive is. The dots do not have adhesive. They're just like flat back rhinestones. Well, it's exactly what they are in plastic. How you get something on there is kits will come with a wax. Could be all shades of pink, orangey. I think I saw one other color one time, but anyway. But typically it's this kind of color. Okay. Your wand, your applicator, has a metal tip on one end, and it's hollow. What you do, you take your metal tip, and you're gonna peel back, because it's gonna have one coating on each side. Peel back your coating, press, turn, lift. When you do this the first time, do it at least twice. Okay. This, you can't really say do X amount of dots and refill. A lot of depends on your pressure and what you're doing, and how fast you are, how. So basically, this is the secret of the refill. If you go to pick up a dot and it takes you 3 times to try to get the dot, come back to your wax. You don't do anything with the end. Just come back to the wax, go straight down, turn, and lift. Be sure your wax is covered with the two covers on the sides, and is contained in a Ziploc bag. They dry out. Now, there are ones that you could buy, from what I understand, that don't dry out as fast. Things like that. Or come in a little container that has a screw-on cap. So depending on how much you get into this and how much you want to invest in it, you can. Tons of toys and tons of things. But that's, I'm talking beginners. You're going to work with what they gave you. Some of these kits will come with little Ziploc bags, but they don't come with enough little Ziploc bags to hold all the diamonds. So just get your own system for that. Okay. So now, let's say we're going down here. You're doing, going to work on it for a short time, so you just leave it, most of it covered. You're working in sections by color. That's what I'm going to do. In the kit comes this little tray. The tray has little ridges in it, and that's to help line up the flat back, so the flat part is at the bottom, and you're picking them up by the faceted side. So okay, $7.97. Oh, isn't an open bag. I didn't have a. I'm still going through my lesson learning on, and I have to do bag stuff as I go. So here's a little Ziploc bag, permanent marker. $7.97. Get that ready and open. Now take scissors and do not try to tear these bags. You will have diamonds everywhere. Cut them. Drop them in the Ziploc bag. You don't need this bag no more. The number on it does not matter once you have this number. Okay, so now I have it in my main bag. Here's my open bag. So I'm going to work with some K's, which is $7.97. So don't overload the tray. Because I will guarantee you there's going to be at least once you slip, you sneeze, you do whatever that causes the tray to flip over, go flying. Hi, Tina. Oh, that's neat. Okay, so once you get your diamonds in the tray, or your dots, or whatever you want to call it, you shake the tray. You don't have to get them all with the flat side down, because you can reshake it again. Once you got some of the shiny faceted side facing up, that's ready to go. Again, if you do it this way, then you have the paper down, the plastic down, so you don't get your fingers on it, your hands on the glue part. So now you take your wand applicator and you go directly on top of the faceted dot. And you literally put it on the page. You want to do a teeny tiny, just a little wiggle wiggle. Now, diamond art is technically supposed to represent almost like oil painting. So these lines of diamonds do not have to necessarily line up. Plus, you'll notice in colors, some colors the dot is just a hair bigger than the next, or a hair smaller than the next. So they're not uniform. And you would just put it down. It's hard to see that I'm doing a little wiggle. Little wiggle just helps set it. You don't have to kill it. Gotta give it a little wiggle. Okay. Now, sometimes some of the wax will squish out. You can either use your hand or have a little tissue that you can just wipe off the excess little tiny piece of the wax comes off the edge. To try to avoid getting any extra on any wax on your diamond art painting. So you literally pick it up, put it down. Just to here. And again, as you're picking these up, you'll find at some point it becomes harder to pick up. The dot, and just put it over here and do your thing. Come to this tray, and now it's your third attempt trying to pick that up and you still can't get it. Remember to go back to your wax and refill. So I don't know if hopefully Johnny's still listening. If he has any questions, if anybody has any questions, when you're done, you don't have to clean this wax out. You can if you want. People have their own habits. And you're done for the moment, and you still got dots in your tray. You open up your Ziploc bag, tray, put your dots in your Ziploc bag, close them up. Make sure your plastic, whether you're at the point where like I am, where you got a ton of these on, and you'll wind up taking the whole thing off while you're working. Just again, because anytime there's any openings, make sure that this plastic is up correctly. And you can keep the dots separate. You don't have to put them in here. I do. You can just roll this up. Just let it, and if you're doing it without anything in it as well, you just let it kind of do a kind of a natural roll. Don't force it. Now, because I don't hang mine, I don't seal mine. So they wind up being, I take at the end when I'm done, I take the plastic, I put them over the top, I take a couple of spots around the outside edge so the plastics don't move, roll it up, I put tape around it, and that holds that in place, and I have a filing cabinet drawer full of these things, because that's just me. Maybe one day when I get a mansion, I'll have a whole room with a big long hallway with all my diamond art on it. But and again, Even if it's the bag that it came in, that's the cellophane kind of bag with the glue thing, as long as the glue still sticks to it to close it. Or you just get another Ziploc bag, put the tray, your wand, applicator, and your wax in a bag, and make sure it's closed. And you can either have it in here with your kit, or you will have a separate thing, because you can use this over and over and over again, and you're going to wind up with a collection of these things. And I just still haven't, I have some ideas, I just still haven't gotten around to figuring out what I'm going to do exactly. But so let me show you some kits. Will come with pinks here. Applicators. This one says it can do 4 at a time. There's number 4 on it. So you would take this whole end and you'd have to fill this whole end with wax. When you have them in the tray, you have to make sure you got 4 of them aligned correctly, so you can pick them up 4 at a time. This one doesn't have a number on it. I'm not sure how many it's supposed to pick up. But this one came with a really long one. Kind of looks like 8 of them maybe. So they have these other ends. And like I said, they got all kinds of fancy dancy things you can buy if you want to. This is only part of my collection of these. You know, sometimes I wish there was an option where you can get the kit without the extra wand and tray. It's always good to have the wax. That's the other thing too. This wax, maybe in your first one you'll find, oh my gosh, because you'll come back to this wax a lot more than you think than you need to. So be careful with that. So do the 3 pickup rule. If you third attempt going back and you're having a hard time picking it up, that's when you go do more wax. Because the wax goes longer than one might anticipate. So you wind up with wax that I utilize the same one, and I keep my open one that I'm using, and I'll keep using this one until for some reason I got stupid and left it uncovered and it dried out. But until it's pretty much gone, hardly, but can't get any, anyway, you'll learn all that. But I just put the new one in here, and then I use this one on my next project. Okay, so that is that on Diamond Art 101. And if anybody had any questions, then you can always email me to the email that's going across the screen. Okay, folks, I'll be back. I need to take a short break. Kibitz amongst yourselves. Enjoy the music, all that good stuff. Alrighty, I'm back. I don't know what I'm going to do. Well, let me get my cat book out and read that. Okay. Kitty litter was invented in 1947 when a delivery man, Edward Lowe, who was out of sand, suggested to a cat owner that she use grease and oil absorbent instead. Today, cat box filler is an $800 million industry, as about 1.8 million tons of cat litter are sold yearly. It's a lot of poop. All right, guys. I am going to share out Johnny Cajun Roots Resellers channel and inform y'all about bingo, which is every Monday. And what you do there is the show opens up, the live opens up about 4:30 Eastern. For you to come in if you've not come in before. Come in, say hi. You select five numbers, 1 through 75. Put them in the chat. If for some reason you find it hard to put the numbers in or they're not showing up, then be sure to put a comma or a dash or something in between each number. And it'll register so they can put you on the list. At the top of the chat, you'll have a link pin that you would go in and you would fill out your mailing info so he can send you any prizes you may win. Again, he does this for free. You do not pay shipping domestically. If you're an international person, then you can choose to pay help with the shipping, or you can redonate to the stash of stuff he gives out to the winners, the item, or you can gift it to somebody who is present in the chat, who's in the United States, that he can mail it to. And also, if you win a prize and it's just not something you'd like and you're in the United States, you can redonate it or gift it to somebody who's in the chat. You just type in the chat to redonate or to gift to whoever the particular person is. It's just fun Tries to get at least 6 games in. Sometimes it's a couple more, depending on how the flow goes. The bingo itself starts at 5 o'clock Eastern and goes to approximately 6. Sometimes it runs a little bit over. You know, he doesn't stop a game in progress, things like that. But it's a nice atmosphere, good people. Just go there to have fun. Sometimes get some beautiful gifts or winnings. Sometimes there are some funny things that you can win. So yeah, it's just a place to go and relax and have something different. Play some bingo. He explains everything before he starts the hour. Before he starts at 5, he explains all the rules and how when the bingo board is up, there are 5 balls directly underneath the board, and then there's a larger one off to the side. The one off to the side is called the shoot, which is a number that is going to be called but has not made it to the bottom 5 over here yet. So until that number gets over here, it doesn't count. So don't call bingo until all your numbers, at least one of them, are in that bottom 5. Once you get all 5, your 5th number, I should say. Then, if you walk away and you come back and you realize you have bingo, check the bottom 5 balls. Be sure one of your numbers is in those 5 balls, because if you waited too long and the number isn't there, it's not going to count, even though you did have all 5 numbers. So you got to pay attention. When you return each week, once you have your numbers established, you go in, and the first thing you're going to say in the chat is same, the word same, and that lets them know you're there to play and all that good stuff. And then you can say hi and do all the chitty chat or whatever you want. Also, once a quarter, you have the opportunity to change your numbers. He'll announce that. He either does a live or he does a pre-recorded video for the number changing portion for 1 week. And you can change your numbers at that time, or you go in and you say same in the live, or for the change of numbers, or under the video in the comments you would just put same, so they know you're keeping the same numbers. It's fun, it's lighthearted. It's just a nice environment. I should be there barring any other extreme circumstances in my life. Well, I'm gonna end this one for now. Got a little infection going on that I'm gonna go to the ER and see what they could do about it. Because it's affecting me a little bit. So I'm gonna hopefully go there and take care of that and be back home in time for bingo, I hope. or I'll be checked in and I'll be there for bingo anyway because I'm checked in. So I want to thank everyone who came in. I want to thank everyone who hung out. I want to thank those of you who will watch us in the future. Please like, comment, subscribe. But most importantly, please enjoy the rest of your day.